to another episode. Last night we rolled in here at Camooweal and set up camp. This is a free camp on a billabong and it is bloody good. This morning we're setting up a couple of red claw pots and we're going to try our luck out in the little lagoon behind us and see what we can get. Hopefully there's a few cherubin in there. But other than that, I think we're just going to go explore there's a couple of caves around Camooweal, so we're going to go check that out. And then tomorrow we're crossing into NT, so that should be pretty cool. Pots in. The bait, what do we got for bait? We got dog bickies, we've got apple, we've got pumpkin and zucchini, all in a little concoction in there, and we'll see how it goes. That's typically what we've been using for red claw, but I'm not sure how cherubin go with that. I don't know if they like a bit of meat in there as well or not, but hopefully the dog bickies will bring something out. Yeah, we'll leave that overnight and we'll come check it again. I'll probably come check it again at Sarvi, and then I reckon that we'll probably do the best overnight, and then Croc's just thrown 2 on the other bank just because they're a bit easier to get to, and we'll try in the weeds out in the middle there, so that might be the go. There was an old fella at one of the camps just said there was a pretty good spot around the roots, base of roots, so we can only try. Beautiful spot though. Just before we were at the Narrani waterhole, and then it's about a 2k drive to these caves, and it's pretty impressive. The first one's only like basically right at the car park. It's what, 70 meters down to the bottom, and it is very surprising how far 70 meters actually is when it's going straight down and you're sitting on top. It's yeah, a bit different, but anyway, really cool. And the next one's about 200 meters, so one of them's a little bit of a walk. It's nothing too major, but yeah, that's where we're heading now, so we'll see you there.
Then I'll be at your door when I'll be coming home. I plan to let you know the longing of my heart, wish I carry high whenever we're apart. It takes me through the night when I look deep into your eyes. When I look deep into your eyes.
Unfortunately, didn't do any good with the Opera House nets. A couple of little fish, but nothing that exciting, nothing worth showing you anyway. But we're packing up this morning and we're going to head across the NT border. So yeah, pretty pumped to do that, and we'll see you there. Well, there you go. We just passed the COVID checkpoint, which is right on the NT border there. Just come across from Camooweal, no problem at all. All our stuff checked out, which was good. Yeah, bring it on. Let's do the NT. How bloody good. Well, we thought while we've got this big wide open road and we're going to be traveling for like the next bloody 3 hours or 4 hours with absolutely nothing, we would go through Queensland and tell you what we thought was really good, and a few of the places that we would definitely recommend and that we would we'd go to again. So for me, Cape York in Queensland was just the best. Like it's so hard because for me the best means somewhere that is free, somewhere that you can leave the boat in and not have to pull it out. You can camp right where the boat is, right on the water. And another thing is you've got to be able to swim and you've got to be able to catch fish. So it's a pretty hard criteria to fill. Cape York for me was the only place that had it all. Like you could swim along the telly track at Fruitbat Falls, Canal Creek, Elliott Falls, there's so many places along there to camp. And as well as that, you've obviously got you know, far north Queensland fishing, so it's pretty much as good as it gets. But it's so hard because it's such a vast area. So if I had to pick like one spot at Cape York, it'd be Chili Beach. But other than that, we loved Corumba and a few other places. But anyway, I'll let Kate say what she thought her favourite was.
My favourite was probably Hideaway Bay, which is Cape Gloucester near Dingo Beach, just above Airlie. It was my favourite last time when we did our Queensland trip as well. It's just the water is unreal there.
It offers some pretty unbelievable swimming.
If it's not stinger season.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to swim there. So yeah, that's your favourite.
That one, yeah. I really do love the Atherton Tablelands as well, just as a whole, just because it's so green, pretty much. Although we had not that great weather this time around, last time we had it awesome. Yeah, I guess your experience is very weather dependent, especially with the wind. We copped the wind on the way up, so still get to see Mission Beach in pristine weather. But we both loved Corumba.
Yeah, Corumba's probably one of those places that, like, you'll just never forget it. It's absolutely insane up there. And for me personally, like, the fishing is just, it lived up to all expectations. I know, like, there's a few individual little fishing trips I had there where I was just like, are you serious? This place sucks. But when I managed to figure it all out, it all just sort of came together. I got my tides right, the weather was playing the game, moon phases and all that played a big part, and fish just started coming into the boat, which was a big positive for me. Like, it's a big thing for me. Obviously we got the boat. It's pretty important that I get that in, and I am exploring a little bit more untouched areas. That was the whole plan with the boat. You know, I wanted to just get that a little bit further than mainstream people could. For both of us, it's pretty important that we've got water. Like, we're not really interested in anywhere that isn't water, whether it be a dam or the ocean or a river, whatever it is. We're a lot happier when there's water. It just seems to be our thing. So yeah, I don't know. Cape York and Cape Gloucester, absolutely unreal spots. So that's our little piece of advice. And one other thing while I got you, we worked it out yesterday, and our Queensland travels for 10 weeks cost us $7,000. Is that right?
Around about.
Yeah, $7,000, 10 weeks, and that was from Sunshine Coast to Cape York, across to Corumba, and then
down and across.
Down into Mount Isa and across to Camooweal.
And that included the $1,300 breakdown in Weeper.
Yeah, that comes out of that. So if you take out a little breakdown, it was more like $6,000 for 10 weeks. And we could have done that better, eh? Like, we stayed along the east coast. We were very lazy. The caravan doesn't have toilet and shower. We had crap weather. So it was just it was
hard for batteries and solar.
It was just made more sense for us to stay in caravan parks. That includes like boat expenses as well. So that included the fuel and all that sort of stuff for the boat. And as well as that, we were due for some new flares. And you know, we bought the camp oven and a heap of other little bits and pieces with that money. So yeah, I think the next big purchase will be, this car needs a service. We're currently blowing a whole bunch of black smoke, and I don't really know what that means, but we've got a bit of injector cleaner in the fuel tank at the moment, and hopefully that's gonna just fix a few things. But who knows, it's a never-ending battle traveling Australia, I tell ya, but it's all good fun. Day one of NT done and dusted. We're on the Stewart Highway at a free camp just on the side of the highway, and we're going to go watch the sunset. You beauty. And we can't seem to lose Croc and Tori.
Still here.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash washed out by the rain.
So last about 500 k's or so, my car's been sooting a fair bit, and we've been like scratching our heads wondering what the hell it could be. Like we put a bit of fuel cleaner in, or injector cleaner in the fuel, just thinking that it was probably that. Which, to be fair, I kind of thought it was. It did stop sooting a bit, but I popped the bonnet and had a quick look over the engine, which you should always do. And to be fair, I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to that. But we've actually found my intercooler pipe was split and probably sucking in a bit of air, which is probably not ideal. But all we've done is just duct taped it up. So it's this pipe here. Duct taped it up, and obviously we'll just have to replace it as soon as possible, but fingers crossed that hasn't done too much damage, and we'll just be able to drive on. Right, so we got about 2 k's and it's blowing the tape out, but that's the split there. It's causing a few problems. Lucky I drink gold, otherwise this wouldn't work. Just pulled up checking this intercooler hose, and some friendly peacocks have come along. Now we're all feeding them. How good.
Don't get me up the bar.
Well, we spent last night at the Daley Waters Pub just along the Stewart Highway, just south of Mataranka. And I tell you what, if you're doing any sort of trip around this area, make sure you pull into this pub. It is amazing. So good, like live band every night. Pub is just incredible, like it's got that much history in it, and yeah, it's just amazing. So great feed, well priced, the whole deal. $20 a night for us to stay here, shower, toilet, that's without power. There's plenty of places to hook up with water and all that sort of stuff, so yeah, really recommend it. I've got a crocodile here, like a horse that walks through the pub. It is incredible, I'm telling you. Get amongst it. Yeah, best pub we've ever been to, I reckon. But this morning we're heading off to Mataranka, and I think we're going to a homestead there as well, and then we'll go to the Mataranka Hot Springs, I believe they're called. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. It's 100 k's up the road, so we'll get chuffing, and hopefully we'll get a spare part for this car as well while we're in there. Righto, see you there. Setting up here at the Mataranka Homestead. We've just checked in. It's $30 a night for unpowered. There's a fair few trees around, so you got to sort of pick your spot when it comes to solar and all that sort of stuff, but it's not too bad. And the Savi, we're going to go check out the hot springs. This place is like literally, you can walk to the Mataranka thermal pools. Haven't been there yet, but we'll go down to the Savi. Now it's pretty warm today, so hopefully they're not too hot, these thermal pools, but yeah, we should still be able to cool down, I reckon. We'll see you down there. Me and Croc have come down to the Roper River, and we're throwing his tin in, and we're going to try our luck to Savi for a Barra. And just for a little bit of confidence, we've just spotted a couple of cherubim claws on at the boat ramp. So hopefully we're going to throw a few little traps in. Hopefully we can get a couple. We've only got pumpkin for bait, so you know, might do it, might not. But anyway, we'll give it a go, and yeah, we'll come get him in the morning, but hopefully we'll get a fish to Savi. Conditions are perfect. Well, you're not going to believe it. Just caught a catfish. Just got so excited over a catfish. Righto, first pot of the morning, and we'll see how we go. Kate's pulling it in now. Just back out of here. Yet again, caught a fish and I don't know what it is. But if anyone knows what this is, probably like some fandangle rare thing. It almost looks like a baby barra, but it's not. Pretty sure it's not. I don't know what that is. Anyway, get him back. Away he goes. And we'll get this back. It's just pumpkin. That's all we had to use for bait. Pot number 2. We've only got 3 in, so see how this one goes. Hey, we got some. That's what we want. That's it. So there you go. Pumpkin isn't the worst thing in the world for them, but yeah, apparently these are red hot barra baits, so we might actually throw a hook on and we'll see how we go.
Oh, it's heavy. Oh, they're big ones. Or one big one. Shit.
That is awesome. We actually did it. Pumpkin. They like pumpkin, people. I mean, there's 3 in there, but that's 5 in total, so how good's that? And there's one that's actually pretty big. We actually got some. Oh, and we got another one of these little fish. Some people probably say that's a barra, but I don't think it is, eh? Hey, they actually bite. Not too bad, but we're going to let these guys go. We just sort of had a bit of a chat, and there's only 5 of them. I mean, it was cool to actually finally catch one, but yeah, and like we've only got the one rod in the boat, so we'll bait up one, and we'll use one for a bit of bait for half an hour or so and see how we go. But we may as well. We'll let a couple of bigger ones go, and yeah, we'll keep 2 or 3 of them just for bait. So
he's gripping on.
He's gripping on. I don't want him to drop a claw though. You little bugger. There's another one in here that is pretty decent size. I mean, they're probably, some people will probably be like, you're mad, you know, that's the best barra bait, but oh well. We'll use like this size for the bait. See how it goes.
Jesus.
Righto. Definitely hooked one. Don't know what it is, but we've hooked it. Hasn't jumped yet. Yeah, it's a little barra. It's a little barra. Oh, sorry, Croc, mate. Alright. I really need to get this net out. So the little problem is with this little lure that I'm using, it's only got the one hook in it. And oh, I'm shaking. It's my first NC barra that I've hooked, guys. It's the first barra. Oh. Righto, here we go.
I'll put the camera there.
No, you're right. I've only just got him.
Just got him.
Yes! It's my first NT barra of this trip, and it is not a bad size. I'm shaking. I am shaking. Got him. Yes! Oh no, Croc, mate, you should have come. Croc's sitting back at camp.
Didn't want to come and check the pot.
He didn't want to come check the pots, and let me run you through what just happened, right? Using cherubin, it was the last one, threw it down. It was actually Kate's spot. I was like, Kate, where should we go? And she's like, why don't you try this weedy edge here? Sure enough, tried it. As soon as we put that cherubin in the water, I reckon this barra come out and absolutely smacked it. And classic Joe, I got a snag about 2 minutes before, and I had my drag like locked up to try and get the snag off. And of course I didn't loosen the drag, so as soon as it hit it, it's just absolutely busted me off. And I was like, oh shit, last cherubin. And luckily I've got these little prawn imitation lures, and they look exactly like the cherubin that we've been using. And then boom, dropped it down. Probably what, 4th cast? Bang, absolutely nailed this guy. We'll get him out and I'll have a look. The big question is, do we want Barra tonight? This is a freshwater Barra.
Oh, are they not as nice?
They're not as nice, but they're still not bad.
Wow.
That's my little Barra, my first one, I tell you what, or the first one for NT. And I am about as pumped as you can be about that. That is sick, like, that's a plan coming together right there. So this is the lure. I'm literally shaking, eh? Oh, that is too good. That is too good. But that's it. That's the little lure. It doesn't even have a brand. It was like $2 from like a Freddy's or something like that. And I was like, oh, I'll grab a few of them, you know, as backups. Yeah, and just like that was exactly the same looking thing that we were using for the cherubin. I mean, look at the hook on it. It's rusted and buggered, but oh. Yes! We can put the boat away now. That's why we brought the tinny, eh? That is so sick. Here's a chunk too. Like, he's not really that long, but just a real chunk of a fish. I tell you what.
God, they're dark compared to the ones in the
Yeah.
boat.
Well, that's right. This is actually a billabong, more or less. I mean, it says that it's the Roper River, but I'll have to do a bit more research into that because I'm not exactly sure. But I mean, you can only get about 2 k's up the river, and it just closes off. So I reckon that it's probably full of them, eh? But it's just trying to get them to eat. That's the problem. But yeah, I'm so stoked with that, and I reckon we're going to eat him for dinner. So I don't usually keep fish, but yeah, last time we had Barra, it was pretty damn good, so we'll give it another go. It is freshwater though, but I reckon it'll still taste pretty damn good. Well, that's it for us on the Roper River as far as fishing goes. We're putting the tinny back on now. We got that one Barra. I'm so stoked with it. Like, to catch a Barra through the middle of the day for me is pretty lucky, I reckon. Usually I have my best success in the afternoon or in the morning, but we caught that one bang on 12 o'clock, so there you go.
I can also imitate the sound of a horse. A horse going from a walk to a trot, canter, and then the gallop. It's pretty good. If you're a horsey person, this one's dedicated to you. Alright, here we go.
That's it for this week, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. We're heading up to Katherine now, and yeah, leaving Mataranka, so we'll see you next week, eh?
There is a life I lead in this city. Hurrying to cut
Well, look at what we got here. All the way from Adelaide.
to get by.
Brand new part for the car. Check out the old one. Well, that's the service all done. 2 things we learned out of that one. Wear a crappy shirt, which I already knew, because I am no mechanic and I'm a bit messy. Secondly, don't wear thongs. I've done a thong, I've done a plugger, mate. Tell ya. Now look what I'm wearing. But hey, if that's the worst thing to happen to me today, we're probably doing alright. Anyway, service is all done.